Mind the gap.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Stand behind the yellow line, please.
Hey. This is the way. This is the way.
One thing.
Yes.
Say one wrong thing.
That's it.
And I did. I said the one wrong thing.
And that was it.
and that was it. Like the same people who claim that they love me,
all of a sudden went the other side.
now was doing live streams where they're chatting about me and you understand what I'm saying? So like that's what I say to people. Don't love me, innit? Just like me, because if you love me, then I do something wrong that you don't agree with. That love is gonna turn to hate, because love and hate are the same chemical signal.
Yeah, it's true.
Produced from your brain, innit? But it's how your body interprets it, innit? So that's why people get mad about love and hate. But if you just like something and then something pisses you off about it, he ain't even gonna bother you, because you're just like, alright, well I like that, but now I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? But if you love something and then it puts you off, you hate it. It's like things that when you say, I used to love this as a kid, now I hate it.
No, bro, I'm telling you, I was saying this to them. I was just saying to them the other day, as soon as you came out with it, and I watched it, I was listening to it, and I was like, hold up. There is so much sense in saying it, because I was just looking and comparing myself to other things, and I was thinking, yeah, bro, you have a valid point on this one. No word of a lie, because I was just sitting, I was like, I watched it. I was like, I liked it as well, because I was like, yeah, boom, because it was a live stream when you were driving as well, and that's when I was looking at it. When I was looking at it, I was thinking, well, right, hold on, you're driving. That's what I was looking at, because I was thinking, bro, I'm so used to seeing the YouTube, you on the tube kind of thing. So I was thinking, you're in a car kind of thing. It's supposed to surprise you, but it's like, why is this surprising me? Because at the end of the day, this is how you do your thing, man. But you know what? Kudos to you, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's impressive how you do it, man. Honestly, it's very impressive.
Wrestling in the background is a little
guessing, isn't it?
Very much so, man.
So what does the future hold for you? Like, what's like forward thinking now? Like, say in a year's time, like where do you see yourself?
A lot. This week's been quite a busy week for me, actually. I've been organising a lot, so I've been in a lot of meetings as well. Since doing this, a lot of things have, a lot of opportunities have come in front of me, so I'm jumping at them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I got 5% in a watch company.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the blue, the one that you're wearing, the bluish, was it blue?
Black.
It was black, yeah. The watch on the thing on the video. I showed it. To you.
So I've got 5% in a watch company, and I'm gonna be pushing that hard. So get them watches out there. Also, I got 50% of a game coming out soon as well.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully we're trying to get that in WH Smith. So hopefully that can.
What type of game are you allowed to say?
It's gonna be it's like a card game. It's a card game, yeah. But it's like challenges. So it's based around things that I would kind of not do necessarily, but something that you can just have a little bit of fun with while you're traveling. It's like a travel game, innit? So it's like meant for traveling. Like, you know, like when you're just on the train or something, you're bored.
Makes
There's
sense.
a bunch of you. Just play the game, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Can you play cards?
I can play blackjack.
Can you play cards?
Most definitely.
You can play cards, right?
Yeah.
And dominoes.
I can't play cards.
What? No games at all.
I cannot play cards.
Not even 21.
Listen, I'm the one person who went to Vegas and I was sitting there watching people like, what do you do on this point? And then they try to explain it to me. I was like, yo, I'm muffled up. Let me just sit down and watch. And I remember even when they were saying, oh no, you might as well get yourself a drink. I was like, no. This is Vegas.
There's not a lot of card games you can beat.
I'm not trying to even get drunk before I become very stupid. You know me when I drink. Bruv, I don't know. Me a little bit of alcohol, bruv, I become very stupid. I'm a 0% guy, man. So I remember they were teaching me some cards, and I'm like, yo, okay, blackjack, this, that, the other, and I was like, yo, leave it at that. All I know about cards is 50 of them in the thingy. In the stack. That's all I know.
You'll be alright.
There's 52 actually.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I didn't want to say.
I didn't want to say it. That's what I'm like. Yeah,
everyone that knows cards is like. You want to say it?
There we go.
Somebody
else. That's alright. We got you. We got you, bro. We got you.
Told you.
But there's different rules for blackjack. You know, there's different rules. You know what I mean? So you have to be.
I leave you guys with. Oh, are you a football fan?
No.
No. Ever been?
Never.
What about basketball? You're quite tall.
Everyone always says that because I'm tall.
Musical.
You're tall, yeah.
Oh, you must
comes-
like basketball. You don't like football, but you're tall. So you like basketball then? No, I don't.
Slam dunk.
I don't really like to watch guys running around in shorts. To be honest with you, it's not my thing. I don't know. I've often said that, like, at the end of the day, I would much rather watch women's football than men's football.
They're doing
Like,
well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, they're looking alright. Like,
Even
I
like
mean,
women's
looking-
boxing as well.
that's what I'm saying. Like, forget about how they're doing. I don't care how they're doing. I'm not watching it for how they're doing. I don't care if they win or lose.
It's all the entertainment factor. It's all right.
So no sports. Apart from
Nah,
women's
like
sport-
maybe
women's football.
I like a little bit of boxing, but I'm not like super fussed on like you know, like some people they hard follow it and that. Like, nah, if I see it, I see it, and if I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
I've got too much things to worry about, man.
I think I need to come off the addiction of watching certain sports, man.
Yeah, I think actually that's a good piece of advice what you just gave. If you want to be successful, you need to stop watching other people and focus on
Focus
yourself.
on yourself.
Yeah.
True. Actually, you know
That's
what?
real
Makes
talk.
sense. And
That's-
That time that
Yeah,
you're
that's a
that
gem.
time that you're spending like watching
yeah.
football is just like pure time that you could just be
You could
just
doing
Doing
else and
something
building-
productive.
right. You could have just spent 90 minutes. You could have wrote a whole song. You could have wrote a movie in that time.
That's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like,
Using your
could have
time
done
wisely,
so
isn't
much,
it?
like
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
In 90
yeah.
minutes, yeah, I can get like probably at least about. I'd say like on a good day, I could get 50 pranks in 90 minutes.
Wow.
wow.
Do you know what I mean? 50 pranks. That's 50 days. That's a month. That's more than a month's worth of footage. Do you know what I'm saying? I can get that in 90 minutes. So
Yeah. When you drop it like that, it
yeah,
makes sense.
it's a long time.
Do you see any other, like, because you do a lot of your stuff in Central London as well, right? Do you see a lot of the other prank star guys who do stuff in on their YouTube channels, Snapchat?
No, do you know,
TikTok?
like, because I'm often in different places, and the thing is, I go out at a little bit of a later time. Like, them guys are more out in the daytime sort of thing,
Yeah.
whereas my thing is more of an evening thing. So you catch me like, or should I say, I'll catch you. Yeah, I'll catch you. Where's the other camera? I'll catch you. I'm telling all of them.
Coming for you.
Yeah. Early evening, innit? Yeah, 7 till 11, like them sort of times. Yeah, that's when people are tipsy, having a couple bit of drink, finish work, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I've
just
never thought of it,
feeling
actually.
free and that, you know what I mean? If I go in on the daytime, I've tried it in rush hour, and people are just like
What the
so uptight. And you see, the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
is, yeah, everything works like this. Like, people work on crowds. So if 50% of the crowd is saying yes, then like the likelihood is that the other 50% will probably join in because they're seeing everyone saying yes. Do you know what I mean? But when it's like a business train and everyone's just
Yeah.
you make an announcement and you can see like a couple faces, they like it and they start to smile, but then they look around and they just, and they see the energy off of everyone else, and they're like, all right, I'm not even gonna all right, cool, I'll just stay here,
Straight up and down.
holding on to the little rail. You know?
That's good though. That's good. All right. So should I present the gift?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, give him.
All right,
yeah.
sir. So we have a little token of appreciation for you, and I'm not too sure whether you like chocolate. Give it to a loved one if you don't like chocolate.
Who don't like chocolate?
Oh, good. So it's just to say thank you for
I
your time.
only eat chocolate on special days though.
There's a
Like,
special day coming up,
yeah.
Valentine's, isn't it? So there you go.
Actually, on Valentine's Day, I will be out. Do you know? I don't know who's wrapped up that thing yet.
Shame.
but
Julian. Sorry, Jill.
Your not tying skills are
Complex.
are
Sorry,
on point.
Sorry. Let's not talk about that.
Man's got the not tying skills down to an art still. You know, I want me to
Sorry
get in
about
that. Yeah, now Valentine's Day, I'm gonna be doing actually what I'm gonna be doing, because last year on Valentine's Day, what I did was I went to Oxford Circus,
Right.
and I had my big speaker at that time, so I just was on the speaker and I was saying, I'm giving out free hugs. If anyone wants a hug, come and get a hug. So I was recording it. I got about 300 and
Damn, man.
over 300 hugs anyway in the space of like an hour and a half or something like that.
I think people need
So yeah, a lot of people they did.
so.
A lot of people
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did that. Like they come up to me and they was like
nice.
squeezing. You know what I mean?
Easy.
Nah, they were squeezing, man. They were squeezing. I was like, yeah, go on. I was like,
sometimes it's
squeeze,
nice.
go on, squeeze the life out of me. It was funny because I was like, yeah, look, I was trying to encourage more people. So when they was walking away, I was like, look, see, look at the look on their face. You see,
nice.
if you want to feel like that, come and get your free hug now.
Nice. Would you do that again this year?
So I want to do that again this year. And I think that this year is going to be a little bit more successful because obviously, like last year, I was a nobody. Like, whereas this year, like people know who I am already anyway. So if I get on the megaphone in central London, oh look, another Heineken.
Yeah, man. I have to look after you.
We got another Heineken. You know what I mean? Oh, Lindor. Oh,
Is that all right?
yeah, love a Lindor.
Yeah, man.
Double chocolatey. And a cap.
Yeah, Republic Union.
Yeah. Does it fit my outfit?
Release the. Oh, it's
Oh,
right.
looks
Oh,
decent.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
looks
suits
all
you.
right, man.
There you go.
You got a hat
And you
face, though. You got a nice hat face.
And you got a white color as well that will go with his outfit and red.
Yeah, did I send you the white ones?
Hmm?
I sent you the white, the pink, black,
No, I only saw the
pink one.
pink one. Yeah, I didn't see a white one.
I need to wait. I need to go and see if the when I get a pink one, I'll send it to you or get it to you somehow. Because that's the only one that wasn't available at the thing when I was sorting it out. I was like, where the hell is the pink ones, man?
Lindor chocolates. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're actually quite nice, man. Had some
Yeah, no,
through-
I
through
did-
Christmas and that.
Did
So
you?
Yeah, man.
You kind of got. You're sure.
You see my lip? You see my It's like you better not misplace as well.
a hungry face right there, man.
I only really eat chocolate, if I'm being honest, when I have what I call a man period.
I see, I see.
Yeah, that's the only time I eat chocolate. If I'm
Yeah.
having a man period, I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll just have some chocolates. Like,
Yeah, why not?
yeah, chocolate.
And that's double chocolate, so hopefully you'll enjoy
You're not,
that.
you're not a sweet person then, like a.
No, I love sweets.
Oh, you love sweet.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just chocolate,
Oh,
like chocolate
okay,
and
okay.
chocolate and peanuts and stuff like that. Like I'll only eat them really like when I'm certain feelings. Like my body will feel a certain way, or I'll feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, cool. Let me have some peanuts today. Don't know why.
M&M's.
Interesting.
I don't know. You know, I'm not really a sugar person, but of recent I've been eating a lot of sugar, and I'm like, what? No, I've been eating a lot of sugar. I've been eating a lot of things I shouldn't be eating. Like, you know, I've been sitting down. Somebody would preserve me a chocolate. I'll eat the chocolate, and I'm like, even one of the guys looked at me and goes, "You're eating the chocolate," and I was like, "Don't question me at this moment in time because I don't even myself. I'm trying to understand what it is." But you know, I was playing. I was like, "Yo, I need to stop." I was even presenting. You remember those baobab sweets things? I was given some today. For my life, well, that's probably why my mouth is still red because I was given a couple of them. There's this particular sweets they're made from baobab seeds, and I was presented a pack today, and I was driving one of the ladies. She does my doors hair, so she's always like, oh, she needs me to do this. So I'm like driving the car.
Yes.
As I'm driving the car, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, hang on, what's happening? And I ate the whole thing. Like I ate the whole thing. I just like, where's the packet? Then my daughter looked at me and she was like, "You've been eating that sweet again?" I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, so yes, I have." And then she's like, "I could see it from your mouth," and I was like, that's the problem with it." But it's such an addiction, such a bad addiction. But it's one of those things, really.
Do you know, I'm glad to know that you like sweets. I've got a few from Tunisia. Would you like to try them later?
What are they?
Give you
What
some.
like?
They're kind of like
If it's like Turkish delight, then
no. I don't. No. They're kind of like one of them. Kind of like I'll give it to you. You'll see how it is. It's like a boiled sweet, but they're quite soft on the outside.
Okay.
And what's really interesting about Tunisia is that a lot of things aren't very sweet. They don't really do a lot of sugars in their foods,
more salt.
and they have no labels on anything. So my kids were like,
So you don't even know what it is.
No, not at all. They're all like doing all of these things because they don't have like nut free or vegan or dairy free. They just give you the food and you just eat it.
That's because
and
people
see how
don't
it
have no
goes.
allergies in them countries.
Yeah, it's
That's,
crazy.
in those places, you know, there's some things. I remember I even said it when I was away. I said the problems that they have do not compare to what you see as an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's quite interesting, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you're into traveling, right? Obviously.
Love traveling.
What's the one place? What's the one place you haven't been that you have to go?
Australia. Australia. Sorry, I want to go down under.
24-hour flight.
I've got to go down under, man.
That's nice.
Yeah, I want to go Australia. I want to go lots of. To be fair, I want to go lots of places. Like there's loads of places I want to go. I want to go South America, Australia, Africa. I haven't been Africa yet either, so I want to go parts of Africa as well. I've been America. Like, I've been most of Europe.
Yeah, America must really love you.
Asia. Yeah, I got quite a lot of followers in
They
America.
must really love
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, America.
Because you
must
actually
really
look a
love
bit
you.
American, to be fair, if you didn't speak.
From the south.
Got an American look.
From the
From
south.
New York, man.
Yeah.
From the south.
From New York, man. I'm going to New York next week.
I
Still.
tell you. New York. Imagine.
I'm trying to go to New York this year, but yeah, I'm just waiting on a couple of things as well. So hopefully, because I'm gonna sign up with a manager soon. So hopefully my schedule's gonna get even more busier and just like
on the New York subway.
chaotic. So
That'll be amazing.
yeah,
Bro, I wish you nothing but luck, man. 'Cause you know what?
Definitely,
And what you're doing, congratulations on what
yeah.
you're doing personally. Because you know what, it's good to see success the way you're, you know, because the way you actually tell people about it and how you speak and how you do your thing, you can see the happiness in people. Like the way you transforms onto people, that's nothing but a blessing personally.
this time last year I was living in my car.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Living in my car.
And
I was homeless. You know what I mean, living in a car. So, and I couldn't get a place. Like, even though I had money, and I had like the money to get a place, I just couldn't get a place because no one didn't want to give me a place. And so like, even after getting millions of views on TikTok, still no one didn't want to give me a place. I ended up having the newspaper contacted me and they wrote an article. They ran an article in like the Sun, Daily Telegraph, News of the World, like all the newspapers ran the article about me living in my car.
Wow.
And earning all this money from TikTok and still not
Yeah,
being able
that's
to
a mad
rent a
success
house.
story.
Like,
Crazy.
you know what I'm saying? It's nuts. Like, it's kind of crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but everything, like I said, everything happens for a reason, innit? So
Maybe
I
you're
was
just meant to
be
go
in my
on
car,
that
innit?
journey.
Yeah, I was meant to stay in my car, innit? That is a little bit small, but
Even write a book about that. Sounds like
I
a book.
my book would be too long. my book would be too long, boy. It'd be like a 4-hour movie or something. You'd have to turn it into like a series or something. Like,
Amazing.
Episodes and
yeah, like a 3-part series or something.
That's a blessing though, man. Honestly, your whole thing is just done differently, man.
Yeah.
You don't see it nowhere else, man. Because I've been watching a lot of those guys. You know what I mean? I've even bumped into one when I was in Oxford Street, accidentally in Oxford Street. And the guy just, you could see, as soon as I seen him, I walked the other direction because I already knew this guy. I'm familiar with your pranks already because, you know, he goes around calling people daddy. And it's like, mate, really? But he does various accents and he could speak one or two other languages. And I'm looking, I'm like, this is quite interesting, man. But you're not getting me, man. But when I was in Oxford Street, I seen the guy and I was quickly turning the other direction. So I was like, I'm not too sure what you gonna do.
Yeah, that's what would happen if I went out in the daytime. Like I'd bump into all them people, but in the daytime I'm just in my house, just editing videos, just doing my thing. You know what I mean? Just sewing or making music or
So
just
interesting.
whatever I'm doing. I'm doing something creative.
something productive.
Yeah, productive, innit?
Constructive thing.
Always trying to do something productive.
Man,
Make the wheels keep turning.
Yeah, I hear that.
keep
Still.
moving. It is what it
Fascinating.
is, man. Anyway,
Yep.
on that note, man, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much from myself and the other two, all three of us, should I say, and excuse your police situation. But anyway, that's a story for another
That's
day,
it.
man.
You ain't got no fire around or nothing like that. No quick quick questions or nothing?
No, you got the questions, man. Bring up
Pop
questions.
quiz.
'Cause you see, I have a thing, because when I start talking, everyone says I talk too much. So I'm trying to be.
He's done well today.
so well.
I'm waiting for him to like start saying. I'm like, wow.
I'm like,
I'm like, wow, you can hear other people. I'm like, I don't even know what to do now. I'm like, wow, we get to speak.
it's true.
I'm trying my best to
Nah,
be
you done well.
very less in front of everyone, because they're like, oh, you talk too much, you talk too much, and then they come back and say, but it's a good episode. This is a good episode. I'm like, alright, cool, but I still talk too
No,
much.
it's good to talk though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Even when I'm alone, I talk.
that's good.
Of course, I think I
talk
don't
to
think
yourself.
anybody that's normal will talk to themselves. I think we all talk to ourselves, because it's like it's the only way you
I
can
done it the other
self-check
day.
yourself.
And someone said, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I didn't realize it was getting loud. I was mumbling a little bit, and then I was getting frustrated.
No, but I have a full-on conversation with
Yeah,
myself.
And then I was just like, I just
I'll
started
answer for
talking,
myself,
and I didn't realize how loud I was sounding.
Yeah.
I'll talk to myself in the third person. Like, I'll just.
You should.
I did
glad
it.
I'm not the
I
only
should.
one.
You know, I have. You know the
nice.
AirPods, because I got. It's the AirPod that stays in my right. Even sometimes I fall asleep with it. But I realized, because you know when you're walking with it in your ear, and I'm busy trying to figure out something. I'm like, okay, is it this way, that way, the other way? And I was like, oh, these people are looking at me like I'm mad, but they can see I've got this
The
in my ear.
AirPod,
But
yeah,
I'm really
yeah,
talking to
yeah.
myself to try and get composure with myself. And I didn't do it intentionally. It's just something that it was just the other day. I was sleeping. And I was like, where's my AirPod? Because I know I sat down with this as well. Where is it? And I realized I think I've got an addiction to just having it in my ear to some
just
extent,
comfort.
which is
Yeah, because every time I
I
call
don't
you,
even use AirPods, to be fair.
I can't hear. I'm like, you got earpiece in? You're like, yeah. Wait, let me take it out.
it's one of those things, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I had a pair of AirPods and I lost them. I never got another pair after
Yeah,
that. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, I'm not even going to bother,
Just
man.
leave it.
Not even worth it as well. They make my ears feel funny as well when I wear them too long. So it's like, you know what?
It's the wax for me, man. That becomes the bug.
The what?
The wax. You
Oh,
because
okay.
sometimes I don't know how. Because do you use cotton buds?
Yeah.
You use cotton buds.
I'm starting to retract on them, you know.
You're starting.
And you know what? I think you got to use them the correct way, because you know how you're not really meant to poke like right in the middle of the hole, because you're just pushing the earwax back in.
Yeah.
You're meant to go around, because naturally it comes out, and then
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
meant to go around like the earlobe, because it naturally secretes out. But when you dig inside, you're just pushing
You're
it back
pushing
in.
it down.
Yeah.
It's not safe. Yeah.
I know you don't use.
So I
it.
use a lot of oil, like olive oil and that.
Yeah,
And
olive
I
oil
put that,
softens-
and then
softens
afterwards,
the
then
cuticles
yeah,
and
softens.
You're gonna
and then
talk about your contraction device, aren't you? Go on then.
I'm not-
You need to start getting,
You know, so far to talk
money for
about
this,
it.
you know, because I bought it because of you.
Yeah, but it helped you, didn't it?
It helps the whole family.
Oh, yeah, of course. you know the earwax camera thing that goes in your ear, because you know
It's
you're
amazing.
You know, cotton buds are the only product that's have a warning written in them that we never follow.
Yeah.
It's the only product. So you got the earwax remover. So I was talking to her and I was like, get these things and then be clean out your earwax. And you can actually use a camera to look into your ear
amazing.
and see what the wax looks like, if
Yeah.
there is wax or anything. Because I've seen, like, I was this lady I was watching and she was like, you could see the amount of wax that came out of the ear. I was like, damn, how? And she goes, yeah, this is cotton buds. This is what they do.
Yeah,
And I was
it
like,
pops
yeah, but
out.
there's a particular itch that you get. That the cotton bud is the one that you just kind of go, you get that satisfaction
Yeah.
to some extent. You see what I'm saying? So coming out of it, I was like, you know, I think I just looked into it. I was like, let me get this. And I got it. And then I was like, okay, cool. And I went into my ears and I was like, oh, this is how much we are actually pushing in.
Yeah.
So it's been years since I've used a cotton bud.
Yeah.
It's been years because I'm just sitting there. I'm
not
like,
safe.
I don't need it. And I was like, I can't remember what it was I watched. I think it was on YouTube, and the guy says that, you know what, it's that one product that we all use that has the warning written in it, but none of us follows it. This is it. And I was like, damn, I need to change my ways then. I even went and got it for my mom, didn't I? So when I was burying my sister, and I was like, yo, I need to clean your ears, and she was like, well, no, I haven't got time for that.
I
said,
think
"No,
the
it's-
number one product would be cigarettes and tobacco.
Yeah.
that's what-
Smoking kills, but everyone still does it.
It's so true. And it's big and bold,
It's got like
plastered. Even got
pictures of
pictures.
people with like lungs on and like,
See, because you know the wraps of tobacco right now, the way they are. That's Australia that started doing that, isn't it? It was Australia that started doing it, and then the UK quickly followed up on it. I always wondered because
What do you mean? What the outside? What the packaging?
the packaging has always been
With the-
Australia's thing for years.
Or what with the
There's two things.
pictures of what happens
Pictures-
to your lungs and all of that?
Yeah. There's two things Australia has done that the UK has copied very quickly. The polymer, the money we use, the polymer. Australia uses polymer. They've been using it for years, and then they transferred it to Canada. Canada was using it for a very long period of time. Then the UK quickly, when they appointed one of the managers from one of the banks, he was Canadian. All of a sudden, all the money
bang it in.
changed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
What do you prefer, the polymer to the paper?
polymer makes more sense because if you leave it in the
Wear and
washing
tear.
machine,
Why is it
it's
doesn't?
never gonna run out.
But
you know what I mean?
I don't know, but like old school, like you know when you used to have your racks and that, like it's like that feeling.
Nah,
like now,
I
with
think-
it's a bit like it's
you gotta
not
move
that
on with
good.
the times, really, because you gotta look at it nowadays. We spend more times on our phones than anything else, really. Do you know what I mean? Because you see everybody, you get on when you get on the tube. Well, this actually is for you because you're normally when you're on the tube, everyone's on the phone until you get in there. Everybody kind of remembers to start smiling because they're listening. I think that's what throws off people because they're like, "Oh, what's this guy about to do?" And it's like, bang. Because, you know, most of the time, the only other thing that will stop us from being on our phones when you're on the tube is either we're getting off it or some drama starts happening.
Sometimes I'm on the train and I'm just on my own and I'll see something or someone will recognize me and I'll see something and I'll just say, "Oh, hold my phone, please." I'll just get some random person to record this for
record
me.
Oh my
Record that. Aim it at that person.
That's so good.
You was in Turkey. You was in Turkey?
Yeah.
How was that, man?
Yeah, it was a good trip, man.
You did you're doing your
Yeah,
trip there?
got an implant done over there and
Amazing.
proper solid nicely.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go to Turkey for some.
Yeah,
check my
man.
teeth, man.
Get
I
the
just go to the
UK.
dentist and get all
Yeah,
my
my brother
teeth.
went recently as well.
Oh, did
Like,
he?
proper fixed up his whole jaw.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
do
had it for
that.
years because he used to suck his fingers like that, innit?
Oh.
Like, and obviously it messed up the alignment of his jaw.
Ah.
And only now as a grown
Is
man
that
who's gone out
really?
there.
It still happens when you're growing up. I thought your teeth would have come out straight after.
Nah,
No.
because your bones are growing in it as you're young. So that's the most important time to keep everything proper in it. Because after when you finish growing, developing, then that's it. You got what you got in it.
Yeah.
So he's like he had braces. Even I had braces and stuff. But yeah, he hadn't had it fixed until now.
Oh. So it's Turkey that.
But yeah, he
I
went.
guess that's the
he
place to
went
go.
abroad.
But was it not
Or
hot
like
when you went?
Romania, or anywhere like in Europe, really.
I ain't going to Romania.
Next to the war and thing, get two little shells.
No, you know what it is? No. But isn't that where this guy is? Andrew Tate. Is he not in Romania?
That's the way he got arrested, right?
Yeah, that's why he got done, isn't it? They're quite a different kind of Europe, man. You know, they're not like the UK kind of Europe where you know you can be
I
like.
like Romania still. Like my friends Romanian.
Nowhere is like the UK
I'm
kind
in
of
the
Europe.
system. that's what I'm saying.
There is nowhere like UK kind of Europe, mate.
There's
There's
a-
nowhere like UK. Put it that way.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because I just sit down, you look at some things. Because you know, there was a former president they used to have. His name was Ceausescu. And he had it was an hour of TV you could watch when he was president. But you switch on the TV, if you have a TV, you switch it on, you want to watch it. It's him and his
It's
wife.
just him, yeah.
It's just him and his wife.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and
Channel dedicated to this
he
thing.
never liked black people. So when he came to shake hands with any of those presidents or whatever, he was wearing a glove all the time. But so when you meet Romanians, you either get Romanians that like him, or you get a mass majority who are like, "Man, we're glad that this guy is gone." But he built one of the buildings that I think they even use it in Top Gear for one of the events, and they use it as Parliament. That's what he was building for his own property, and it's massive. But I don't know. Would you be a dictator? Would you be a president, should I say, or prime minister?
Yeah, I would actually go for prime minister as well. Like, honestly, before it was a joke, but I did say I'd run for London mayor.
You can go. Oh yeah. And you probably get it as
Yeah.
well. I'll vote for
I'd
you.
run
say
for
go
London
for it,
mayor
man.
because, like, I know how London works, and I reckon I could sort it out within a matter of 6 months. I'd fix London up. London is broken right now.
Really
like
is, you know.
it's completely broken. Like, and it's all Sadiq's fault. I'm not even gonna front. It's Sadiq. You messed it up, mate. Like,
What's the first thing you do?
the first thing I'd do is fix up all of these driving restrictions that they've got.
Yeah.
There's
Low
too
traffic.
many
There's
driving.
20
There's too many
miles,
driving
yeah.
restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you see the whole ULEZ thing. Like, you see the thing is, like, obviously, I'm not stupid. Like, we need money in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say, all right, we're gonna scrap the ULEZ. We've already spent money on it. Do you understand what I mean? But what I would do is I'd say we'd make some sort of provisions to say that people who live inside of the ULEZ can drive in the ULEZ.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you live in the ULEZ, you can drive in the ULEZ. If you don't live in the ULEZ and you got a car that's not, you know what I mean?
Client, yeah.
Then you got to pay.
Yeah.
If you're a business, then you got to pay. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that because they're the ones who are paying them to lobby and making sure they got billboards. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's how it works, isn't it? Like, we got to be smart about it. Like, we got to understand that in order to get into places like that, we got to have major funding behind us. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in order to get that funding, you got to sweet some people. Like,
you got to make them.
do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so you got to make some deals along the way. This is how companies are getting rich off of selling masks. You know what I mean? For the big C and the, you know what I mean? All that kind of
That's
thing.
what
Yeah.
we're saying about the MP and her husband that had the PPE company. And they got done for fraud.
Yeah. But
it's all back.
But things like that, they go on everywhere. Like they go on as a regular. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so
It's regular.
Look,
It's so regular. It seems
how could I put it? Like,
it's just the way it works.
I'm not silly though, yeah. And the older I get, all right, I'd be honest with you. Like, when you're young, innit, everyone's like kind of like more liberal. I'd say, you're like, oh, everyone should be free. Oh, peace. And then you get older, yeah, and then things have happened in your life, and you're like, fuck everyone.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You're like, fuck everyone. I don't even like my neighbor. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? I don't like my neighbor. Yeah. So why should I care about someone halfway around the world? Like, do what the fuck you want, innit? Like, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
I got other shit to deal with.
Yeah,
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get to the point where you're like that, and you're like, you know what? Fuck everyone else. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And that's what most people are on now. Most people are just living their life like they. It's not like they don't care about other people, but they necessarily have got too much to care about in their own life.
Yes.
To worry about other people's things. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and at the same time, I know that through speaking to people, not everyone wants to be a leader. Like, not everyone wants to be a leader. Like, there's many people that don't want to be a leader, and many people don't have the leader quality shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so out of a few, like out of many people, you might get a few who can be leaders.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I understand that we do need leaders. We do need people at the top. We always need a government, a royal family. Like, when I was young, I used to say, fuck the royal family. Now I say, you know what? We need to keep the royal family.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, all right, let's just imagine we get rid of the royal family now, for example. Like, royal family's gone, and there's some kind of civil war broke out in order to that to happen. Because it's not gonna they're not just gonna all step down. There's gonna have to be some kind of mad thing for it to go on that they say, all right, you know what, we're ducking, we're leaving this country to you lot. So when they leave it to us lot, a lawless country, do you understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be the strongest gang that survives, the gang with the most arms. What would that would be the police force, obviously, and the army. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then who controls them?
Yeah. Because
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Have military coups
And this is what I'm saying. Countries have military coups, but when they have military coups, look what happens. Look at which country is it? I think it's Rwanda. I think it's Rwanda right now. Yeah. So Rwanda's been having military coups from like 20 years. Every single president that's gone in has got a military coup.
It's not Rwanda. It's not Rwanda.
Is it not Rwanda?
No, because Rwanda had their issues in the 90s, and then since the 90s, the early 2000s, that's when they started. It was the Hutsi and Tutsi rebels who were fighting amongst each other. So they were just basically killing each other.
No, that was Congo.
No. The Hutsi and Tutsi rebels were in Congo is who you're talking about. That's where the issues are. Because Rwanda was the Hutsi and Tutsis. And that's where the issues were, and there was a difference between the two of them. Is I think one of them is taller than the other one.
All right, so here's my point as well. Yeah, this is another thing as well. Why I'm saying like, you know what, fuck people as well. Yeah, like because if right now, like let's just imagine we all go home right now. And we turn on the TV, and it says. Attention, attention. All citizens of United Kingdom are welcome to kill each other. All citizens of the United Kingdom are welcome to kill each other. What do you think would happen?
Oh, there will be some cold murder.
Lock my door.
There will be some cold murder.
What do you think would happen?
That's
That's the purge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the purge.
That's the purge.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I'll tell you what.
But that's what they done in Congo.
They did that for real.
That's what they done in Congo. They went on the radio and they said it's all right for you to go and murder your neighbors. It's like if anyone's the other, I can't remember who said it, but you know the Hutsis and the Tutus or whatever. Yeah. So one of them who was winning come on the radio and said, "Yep, it's all right.
Yeah.
Approved." Yeah, they literally just went next door and chopped up their neighbors. They've been living next door to their neighbors for 20 years. But only now you go and chop them up because the government said that you could chop them up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that, because a lot of people say, "Oh, England's soft, yeah. Oh, look how they just listen to what you say. Oh, you told them to stop drinking, and they stopped drinking." Yeah, does that make us soft? No, because if the government come on the mic and say, "Go and kill them," that's what they're gonna go and do.
So true.
The same way I told them to stop drinking, and they stopped drinking, is the same way that they're gonna turn around and dupper you because the government said that they can dupper you.
It's true.
And to go and dupper you.
Yeah, because they're gonna think it's either you or them, innit?
Do you understand what I'm
They might
saying?
not even
So,
want it, but they think like, if we
survival,
don't go
innit?
and do it, then they might come for us. So you gotta go and do
but
it.
that's why we're lucky, because we have a monarchy. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have a monarchy and we don't have to worry about that. Do you understand? That's the issue dealt with. We have a monarchy, so they're at the top. They control. They have a government. They have their arms who protect them. The when a policeman is signed up, like they have to take an oath, and it's to protect the queen, the king.
Or the king.
Do you understand what I'm saying? When you join the army, you take the oath to protect the king. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you're there to protect the royal family, not to protect us, but in protecting the royal family, you are protecting us.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because no one can't just come and drop bombs on us.
About that.
No one can't just come and drop bombs on us because our royal family is here, and they'll go, what? Send some ships that way, send some bombs that way. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, when I was younger, I used to say fuck the monarchy and all that, but now I'm like, you know what, let's keep them there, because if we don't have them there, there's too much that can go on, and it's just gonna be a madness. Like, if we don't have a monarchy, we may as well just, like, you know what, just nuke everywhere. Just nuke everywhere, innit? And just make people die off. And I was actually watching a documentary that was saying what would happen if everyone just disappeared from Earth, and it would only take 6 days for people to disappear, and nuclear explosions would start happening. Because what would happen is our nuclear power plants, they're cooled by water, right? And if they don't get cooled by water, if the water runs out, they explode. That's what happened in Japan when there was a tsunami. It messed up with the water. They couldn't get enough water to cool the reactors. The reactors got too hot, they blow up. So after and every day to power our country, we have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds of charcoal pellets that they burn. It's called drax. It's like wood pellets, drax. They import it from all around the world. If the import stopped just for 1 day or 2 days, we'd be fucked. Put it that way. If the import stopped, as a country, we'd be messed up. We'd be running out of electricity and all that after 2 days. Wow. So
those
them things have to
electricity.
Yeah. And this is why, like, a lot of, I don't even want to get political because I'll probably get cancelled. You know what? I'm not trying to get cancelled.
That's
If you set up a party, political party, I'm voting for
If I give some deep information, just keep it offline, because these people will cancel me. They might say too much, mate. Like, fuck that.
I vote for you. I'm voting for you.
And I'm all engrossed. I'm like, yeah, man. Talk, brother. Talk the talk. Yes, brother. Yes. But nah, all right, cool. Nah, I hear you.
No, because they want everyone driving electric cars, don't they?
Oh yeah.
They want everyone driving electric cars, right? Because
That's a bit
electric
sus,
cars are green, innit? You understand what I'm saying? But most people don't know that 90% of your electric comes from burning fossil fuel.
Anyway.
90% of your electric. No matter where you charge, don't matter where you plug it in, it comes
Still
from
comes
from burning something.
Yeah.
So just because you can't see the smoke coming out the back of the car, it don't mean that there ain't smoke in the environment. It don't mean that there ain't greenhouse gases and global warming going on. All the rest of it, you know what I mean? Shout out to Greta. Love you, girl. Attention.
That is dope. That is so dope.
What's that? Greta Stone, isn't it?
Yeah, that was close enough.
Well, you know what you said something I've never actually thought. 'Cause remember we talk about the long arm and short sleeve and long sleeve. I don't even remember. You know, Sierra Leone had the short sleeve and long sleeve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they were busy chopping up
Chopping
their hands.
people's up. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys were coming in optionally, and it's boom, like long sleeve short. We had one of the guys who came to see us a while ago, and he basically was, his family moved him here into London because of that. And they were like, you know, the last thing we need is for you guys, the family to be caught up into it. And I was like, damn, man.
That's what King Leopold was doing, isn't it? Of
King
Belgium.
Leopold, yeah, that's what's going to
He was
Congo.
doing that from Congo,
Yeah,
innit?
and his business was rubber.
Rubber, yeah.
Yeah. That's what sometimes I look at Formula One, I'm thinking one of the biggest products that you guys use is rubber. And King Leopold was the one that was busy slaughtering Africans for that particular product, man. Quite interesting, man.
Even that brand Dunlop in general.
Yeah, all
Like,
of it.
when I see them, like the tennis balls and stuff, and car tires and all other types of rubber, bike tires, and even like sports, just the brand itself. Seeing that brand everywhere else, knowing that they do the tires as well.
Yeah.
And like when you go like Midlands and that, you see the big Dunlop factory because they got tons of factories up there, and it's factory up in the Midlands, like up north and that. And then you just see the big Dunlop like bare face, like in your face. And then when you know the history behind like how they got, like a lot of companies got their wealth from like slavery and just, robbing up Africa. But then most importantly, treating people that way. But then like fast forward to now, it's just like a company, innit? A corporation. But the way they got their wealth is like that, like banks as well.
There's
insurance companies.
There's a lot that we ain't being told though. So gonna give you some quick, you know what I mean?
Some quick knowledge.
Some quick gold, you know what I mean?
Man's got some nuggets.
Some quick gold right now. Some quick gold right now.
I'm a leprechaun.
So, all right, this is just a theory, right?
Okay.
And this is just my theory, right? No one has to believe anything I'm saying. It's all fiction, you know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, history doesn't sit right with me. Not what happened, like just the whole story doesn't sit right with me. There's so many things wrong with it on so many different levels. Even if we get down to the amount of people that they claim to have took from Africa, just the logistics of that. Do you know how many ships you would need? How many ships you would need?
Yeah, to go back and forth. And they're saying it's a triangle as well, isn't it?
Because listen, it's a 3-month journey. 2 to 3 month journey on the seas. That's one way. That ship's got to come back empty to collect more, right? How does that even make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? So in order to send the amount of people that they were saying for a start, yeah, it would just take so many ships, and they've literally only got records of like 100 ships. How is 100 ships taking 10 million people across the sea when it takes them 3 months to get there and then 3 months to get back? And you can only fit a certain amount of people on one ship.
And they're dying as well.
The mathematics of it don't work for a start. Secondly, I always thought to myself, how come they don't speak no African language in the Caribbean?
I thought that the other day because obviously
They don't speak
patois-
no African language in
patois
the
and that.
Caribbean.
And I was saying to my brother, phonetically, if you listen to the syllables, it sounds similar, but obviously it's not the same.
No, I got. The thing is, yeah, there's a mad story because a debate about tomatoes and where they came from. A lot of people thought they came from Africa, but actually they come from South America, and it's just like cassava. Cassava comes from South America. Now, cassava is in Africa, but it's not native to Africa. So someone took it that way.
Yes.
From South America, they took it to Africa. Because cassava is not a plant that you can just grow and eat. You have to treat it right, and after you finish, if you don't cook it right and do all the things right, it will kill you because it contains cyanide. Do you understand what I mean? So whoever took the cassava over to Africa also taught them how to treat it, how to use it. This is what you have to do. This is how you have to make it safe to eat, and blah 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 blah. There's many fruits that have come from the Caribbean or from South America, and they've ended up in Africa. They weren't there prior to these times. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they'd obviously been brought over. Now, my theory is that black people already been around the world for a long time. Do you understand what I'm saying? I spoke to my nan, and I called up my nan because we was having this debate. I don't know where you lot are from.
Caribbean. But
I personally don't feel African, and I've never felt African. I've never like felt African. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I just don't feel African. They'll say, "Oh, you're black, so you're African," but I don't feel African. I feel Caribbean, and I feel connected to the Caribbean, but I don't feel connected to Africa. So I called up my nan and I said to my nan, it was a trick question. I said, "Nan, which part of Africa did we come from?" I said, "Nan, which part of Africa did we come from? You know, as far as you know, which part of Africa did we come from? Are we from Nigeria? Are we from Ghana? And my nan said to me, "Why? Where you chat? You chat? We're from Jamaica." Jamaica we're from. She said, my mother's mother, my mother's mother are born in Jamaica. Jamaica we there. And I said, "Oh, so we're Tainos. We're Tainos. We're
Cherokee?
not Tainos. The Tainos and there's another one as well, yeah." And she's like, "No, we're not them. They're next people." Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so there was many different peoples already in Jamaica, and Arawak, that's it, the Arawak and Tainos. So I said, "Are we the Arawak?" She said, No, we're not Arawak because they're more Asian type. You can see they're more Asian. They got the fair skin, blah 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 blah. I said, "All right, cool." So when you check it out, my nan, according to my nan, we never stepped foot in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? That as far as she can tell, her heritage never was in Africa. Never talked about Africa. Never spoke about Africa. Now, I know it's easy to lose a language if you're a child and they're bringing over children. If they brought over children, if they brought over 10 million children, it would make sense as to why they don't speak no African languages. Because children are like sponges, and you can teach them in 3 months English. You could teach them in 3 months Spanish. So by the time they get to the other side and they're only speaking that, by the next generation, they ain't gonna know any native languages. Now that could be plausible. But if you're taking adults over there, fully grown adults, there's no way that they're forgetting their language. There's no way they're forgetting their language. And African languages are so different from American languages, and even like Creole and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of similarities in it. I was watching something the other day, and it was a guy, he's called the History Guy or something like that, and he went to Temple Church. Have you heard of it? No. Temple Church. It's in central London. Okay. Temple Church. You know this train station, Temple. There's a train station called Temple.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a church there. It's called Temple Church.
Okay.
This church is hundreds of years old, if not thousands of years old. Yeah. So this church, you heard of the Knights of the Round Table,
Yeah.
right? So that's where that was their base, the Knights of the Round Table, and they got this guy there. They got a statue of this guy. His name's William Marshall. Just Google him.
I've heard that name. Rings a bell.
Just Google him. William Marshall, his name is. Now, this guy, he was meant to be the most fiercest, bravest knight of all of the Knights of the Round Table. His name was William Marshall. That's why he's got a statue in Temple Church. But if you Google that man, even the guy who was showing me this statue didn't explain what I was looking at. Because I was not looking at a Caucasian person in that statue. That statue is not a Caucasian person. Do you understand what I mean? So over 1,000 years ago, there was non-Caucasian people on this land. On this land. Do you understand what I mean? So my theory is, and this is why it's taken a bit of a long time to get here. My theory is that we've been here for a long time. King James I was black. His son was mixed race.
There's a queen. Elizabeth.
There's a lot of black kings and queens in Russia, Germany, Belgium. Like just you'll find them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my theory is that there was some war. There was some kind of war between the black people and the white people back in the day. The white people won the war, and they expelled the black people from this land and took them to another land and said, "This is your land."
Interesting.
Because a lot of people ended up in the Caribbean who I don't think necessarily are Caribbean. I think we might have even come from this place. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's like when you check it out and they say, you read the Bible and say we're gonna confuse you. You're not even gonna know where you're from. So we're sitting there thinking we're from the Caribbean, but how do we know we're not actually from here? And you took us to the Caribbean from here.
Deep.
We was already here.
But I think the climate and that melanin in our skin,
nothing to do with melanin, bro. We've done live
you
here.
mean in terms of traveling?
Here, yeah.
Like we could have traveled, but so where would you say we began from? What's the starting point?
So obviously, if you know about the Iberish,
I don't know about that.
the Iberian Peninsula,
Yeah.
it's like in Africa. So they come from the Iberian Peninsula round to like Spain. They conquered Spain. Built churches everywhere. There's history there. I'm not chatting things. I'm chatting factual things. Yeah, there's history there. So they come from Spain, and when they went from Spain, they went on ships. They sailed, and they sailed up, and they ended up in Ireland. That's why they called it Ireland, because they were called the Iberish, because they were from Iberia. Yeah. So that's why it's called Ireland. They called it Ireland, and then from there they went to the United Kingdom. Now I watch a lot of documentaries that I probably shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? But you know, like I watch a lot of like Hebrew Israelite stuff as well, and they always talk about the unification of Jacob. So the unification of Jacob is when the 12 tribes will meet again in the same land. The 12 tribes of Jacob will meet again in the same land. Now, this is why we have a flag, and it's called the Union Jack. King James. This is the unified land. This is actually a sacred land. Like, we think that, this is why I'm saying, this is why it gets deep, because a lot of people, especially black British people, we overlook Britain. And we think, Britain's a white country. Like that's our mentality, because we've been taught that. But what we don't know is actually this was originally our land. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we've been tricked into thinking that it wasn't our land. So now we're just here like, oh shit, we don't even know about. This is the Holy Land. You know, they said I was watching another documentary and they said they reckon Jesus is buried in Wales.
Wow.
How the hell would Jesus be in Wales? Like, how would he be in Wales? It would make sense if everyone was traveling in that same direction that the Irish were traveling. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's quite deep, 'cause there was
they
a
come to this.
revival.
Do you understand what I mean? Because it's around the same sort of times as well. You got to think it's like 2,000 years ago. Them sort of times. Like, how old is Stonehenge? Stonehenge is like 3,000 years old. It's like old.
Right, we just took everybody to school here, man.
Damn.
My mind to another place.
I'm out here like, yes, sir.
I like got visions in my head.
What? Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at the map when he's talking about
I'm
Spain
here
and traveling. I'm
thinking,
just,
what?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Putting the
saying,
puzzle
man.
together.
I don't even like to get too deep, man. That's why I like to just keep
good
it
talk.
comedy.
That's good talk.
You know what I mean? I keep it comedy. Like, I ain't gonna get cancelled in it, but when I start talking too deep, yeah, man, I might get cancelled. You know what I mean?
Some people
That's
can't
real
absorb
talk.
Nah, everything I said was fiction, man. It was all
Yeah,
joke, man. Of course.
yeah.
I mean,
them way.
obviously, white people ruled England since the beginning of time. Like, that was a joke, man. Anyone who didn't think that is dumb. Like, if you actually believed what I'm saying, you're dumb. Like, come on, man. Like,
That's funny.
Oh, we got you. Don't worry, we got
Gotta
you.
put disclaimers on things.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah. That's our word. Allegedly. That's
Wow,
real.
it's amazing.
Nah, that's dope.
Right, but we can run out of what to say to you now, to be honest with you.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep, man. But it's good to hear another spin on things. It's always good to be objective, I feel, against things, especially like systematic things. Because you know they say about red pill, blue pill business. So it's either you're going to conform to what you're presented with and just follow on because it's easy, or you're going to think, hold on a minute, but when I'm looking at it, that and that don't make sense. So let me figure out in my head what makes sense.
so I took the red pill like years ago. I took the red pill years ago and kind of woke up in the Matrix and was just like, rah. This what I'm eating, yeah? Slop, yeah? I'm eating slop right now. I'm eating slop. I'm eating slop. And I said to myself, I need to plug myself back into that matrix, man. Like, I need to be that guy, but without selling anyone out. You know, the one who was sitting there and he was like, I want to taste it. I know it's not real steak.
Yeah.
but it tastes like steak. You know what I mean? It's like, I know I'm not even eating right now, but it feels like I'm eating. It's like, nah, I plugged myself out of the matrix. I was like, you know what? I got to plug myself back into the matrix, innit? But in a way that kind of I'm not like just an average bot just walking around, just, you know, like the average bot just walking back and forth. Like, I didn't want to be like the average bot just walking back and forth, you get me, like in the rat race and that. So I said, that's why I come up with this thing, innit? You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like, especially if you're creative and you can see things outside of the box, like just in general, like what you spoke about isn't really to do with comedy, but also for me, it's about having a particular mindset as well. So it's like you're thinking in a way that other people are not really thinking. So when it does come to you doing something else, then you can approach it from a different angle because your mind is conditioned differently. You're not like, we're talking about red pill and blue pill and reality and things. So the reality that half the other people are in, you're not in that reality, but you're aware of it.
Yeah.
So then now you can adjust it, take from it what you want.
Yeah. I can like tweak
and
it,
tweak
innit?
it
Yeah.
and mold it. That's why if we're comparing it to Neo, where he could bend, dodge bullets and all that, because he knows how to tweak the reality because he's aware of it. So,
and that's the stage that I want to get to, like, without getting too philosophical, like to that Neo stage where I'm just like dodging bullets like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Get to that stage, like, but yeah, man, it's a matrix, innit, man? It's the matrix, but we need the matrix, man. We can't do without the matrix. We can't.
Like a parallel
because
universe.
we're existing. This is where we're existing.
We can't live without it. Because that's what he said at the start as well. They couldn't plug everyone out of the matrix. They like people wouldn't accept it, and their brain wouldn't accept it.
Wouldn't.
They wouldn't be able to adjust, and they'd just all die.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what they said. Like, that's why we gotta keep you in this bubble of thinking that you're still doing something, but all you are is a battery providing electric. You know what I mean? Cause we all got electric current in
We
us.
do.
Yeah,
We
we
have
do.
energy. It's also
Energy.
where we feel each other's vibe. And
Black
vibrations.
Mirror, guys. Black Mirror. We're coming into Black Mirror. Have you seen Black Mirror anyway? Like,
I love
Yeah.
Black
every
Mirror.
single episode of the Black Mirror is gonna come true in some form or way. So
Yeah.
just watch that, and you'll be aware of what's happening in the future.
The future is now, though, isn't it? When you look at
Well,
some of those
it could be
things.
like anywhere from now to the next 20, 30 years. You got to think like long ahead. Don't think now. Think 30 years.
You don't think they've done some of these things already? Like the person where he can recall his memories, his thoughts through like a press of a button. Have you seen that?
Of course, they're doing these things behind
I
closed
think
doors, man.
so.
Like, this is the way of them preparing us for what's going to
gonna
happen, like
happen,
20,
yeah.
30. Especially like with robots and stuff like that, AI
about
and
the
all
AI,
these
innit?
things. Like, don't you see the way they're like giving us drips of it? Like you
Yeah, of
spoke
course.
about the AI
The
thing
AI
for
model
creativity.
and yeah.
Because my friend sat down next to me, because obviously we're talking about writing music and things like that, and then we're talking about the difference of having AI do it and an individual doing it. And he's like, look, within 2 minutes, if someone says to you, I don't know, write something about knife crime,
Yes.
watch this, boom, knife crime, boom.
Yeah, but
within
that
2
bot
minutes.
GTP,
Now,
yeah.
how long would that have took you to do it? But he's saying that we can't. His opinion is that it's gonna happen regardless.
Yes.
No, but the thing is, like, and this is what I'm saying, like, AI, you could use AI to rap and use AI to write your lyrics, yeah, but they're not going to be great.
No.
In my opinion, they're not going to be great. They're not going to have the technical ability to use words in the way that rappers use words. Like, if you're a skilled rapper, like someone like Nas or someone like that, like these people who I look up to, like big boy rappers, like AI is never going to be able to write like lyrics like as good as they would. Because another thing is, like, an AI would probably keep it along the same pattern, whereas these people change up their flows halfway through. They change the speed, they change the tempo. Like, how is an AI gonna mimic that? Like, it's never gonna be able to do that. Like, an AI is never gonna write a lyric that's harder than Jadakiss. I guarantee you that now.
But do you think?
And if it did, then Jadakiss programmed it.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. That's what
If
it's trying
Jadakiss
to do,
programmed
isn't it?
it,
Yeah.
then
But this is the thing. This is what they're pushing for,
That's
isn't
what I'm
it? So
saying.
they're gonna keep pushing this technology to it. It's as close to a human as possible.
Yeah.
no, but it's never gonna be as close to a human as possible, because you just misunderstood the key part of that. It always takes a human to make it. It always takes a human to program the parameters. Do you understand what I mean?
I get what you're saying, because it's made by humans, full stop.
Yeah.
But I think when you watch things like Terminator and that, Skynet and all of that, so the theory is that, 'cause this is my theory as well, when it comes to us being top of the food chain, for example, and there haven't been anything to knock us off, so are we looking at technology becoming like so far down the line to a point where it is able to develop itself and build itself and program itself? You don't think that's going to happen? Or it could happen to a point where we fed it so much, because at the moment
Never.
It's studying human behavior at the moment. So when you're like Googling and all of that, it's picking up people's trends and
It's not a
their
human,
patterns.
bro.
It's never is going to be a human. Facts.
You know our brain. You know the human brain, bro. The human brain is so complex. It's better than any computer they can ever build. They've not managed to build a computer that can do what the human brain does.
But that's the point.
Like,
they haven't yet.
They would have to. It would have to be like some supercomputer, which is massive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like a super big, massive computer that takes up more than this room. Like, that's what it would take for a computer even just to have the same processing power as maybe someone like a 5-year-old. Imagine someone who's like freaking grown like Einstein with an IQ of 180 or something like that. Not gonna be able to compete with that, bro. It's a computer. Somebody programmed it to be like that. That's what you always got to remember. Someone programmed it to be like that. So it can only be as good as the program are.
But that's the thing. So that's the next step. So for a computer to get to the point where it now is operating by itself and learning by itself, that's what I feel was the next step. Because they're trying to upload human thoughts into like a chip now, and I think they're nearly there. It's like I can't remember how many terabytes. I can't remember the terminology for it.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.